Once again, thank you very much for coming here to celebrate with us the 30th anniversary of SASCO.
Appealing to all of you comrades to make sure that you go and vote. Amasha!
Happy birthday, SASCO! Happy birthday! Comrades, sengvala ngicela uintroduce ucomrades uThabani Nyawose, RTT member of the Edgewood. Comrade Thabani was a program Amanda.
Siyabonga program director Mhlongo Zolani. Manda. Viva ANC, viva! Viva! Viva SASCO, viva! Viva! Raw young down raw! Manda! Yeah, thanks, Comrade Program Director. Leadership of SASCO, Edgewood. All the ANC League. The YCL, the candidate, the SASCO, as well as contestant now my elections. Nanong the Makabal Samunan. Comrade, if I'm being afforded this opportunity to address you on this very important occasion. I remember my days when I was a student in the very same university, a leader of both SASCO and Youth League in my days, president of the SASC deployed by SASCO. Today we are celebrating 10 years of SASCO existence. There are few questions, comrade, I want to pose for the branch of SASCO to engage on those questions, not today, Ngelinila. The first issue, comrade, I want to raise as we celebrate iminyaka u-8 SASCO yasungulwa is a question 80. What are the ingredients that kept SASCO alive for more than 30 years? Let's try to respond to that question so that we remind ourselves why SASCO was formed, what SASCO has achieved for the past 10 years. But one of the most important things that kept SASCO alive is because in all our programs, in all our activities, SASCO has deepened democracy in the movement. This democracy in SASCO, in the journey we have traveled, we have not properly managed it. In some parts of the country, in some campuses, the very same democracy that kept SASCO alive has also destroyed SASCO. Because there are students or members of SASCO who don't understand democracy. In a democratic movement, members of SASCO are allowed to freely express themselves. Members of SASCO are allowed to have preferred candidates when you are electing the branch executive committee of SASCO. Even in the selection process of candidates, no one should suppress the views of SASCO members. Those are the things, comrade, that kept this movement alive. Management of democracy in SASCO. We can't have a 30-year-old movement that is failing even today to understand democracy and to manage it. If, comrade, you happen not to be elected in a particular position because you have your own ambitions or personal ambitions, there's something that you must learn as a cadre, is to find the convergence of your own personal ambitions and the collective ambitions. SASCO at all times must be above our interest. SASCO in all what we do must be number one. Our own interests should follow. You must find convergence of your own personal ambitions and the collective ambitions of SASCO. This is the hope of young people in South Africa. Young people in our country hope and trust SASCO and SASCO alone to fight their battles in the institutions of higher learning. Therefore, SASCO can't die in your hands. But the first thing, comrade, that you must remember on this special occasion. The second thing, comrade, that I want to raise with all of you. Before you become students, you are community members. If I may share with you a story so that you learn from it. During my day as the SAC president, a SASCO leader, we used to have community outreach programs where we visit different communities in Durban. I remember a program we conducted in one of the hostels, S.J. Smith Hostel, Wema, around Lamontville. We requested all the desks from the university. Sahaba nawo sawapha umphakathi wasehostela, safundraise ama-container, savula isikole sabantu abadala, ABET. Kusuka ama-students e-university ayofundisa abahlali basehostela, the most undermined and neglected community. But SASCO went there. Some of those people who attended those classes, there's something today in our community. through SASCO initiative. We are members of community before we become students. But I know, comrades, in your communities, most of you are not actively involved in programs and community programs run by government or by the ANC. We have a number of reasons or excuses. Comrade, as a revolutionary, at your age, you must have a role that you are playing in your own community. So that if you are only SASCO here at the university, but back in your community, you are nowhere to be found. We can't hear your voice, we can't see you. Be involved, speak, raise issues, be constructive. Again, comrades, I remember when, before I joined the university, I was very popular in my branch, loved by many people. I was elected to be a councillor. In those days, a councillor was something fashionable. Because if you become a councillor in those days, there were two things. It's either you die or you get arrested. When I contested the award, it was only myself. There were no other candidates. Because it was scary to be a councillor of the ANC. Namhlanje wonke umuntu uyibona ikansela. Ngoba ukufa kusekho nejele. But I remember when I took a decision to come here and register, there were a number of ANC members who believed in me, who said, Comrade Nyawose, you are taking a wrong decision. I remember in some of the ANC meetings, when I contested, I was punished by the membership because I decided to go and start. Contest a branch, what you are a branch in the ANC. Next part I was labeled as an educated, and I was rejected by my own branch because of going to school. Angaze ngidube ngahlala kwa-ANC ngasebenza and continue to educate comrades to understand what the ANC is not the enemy of the education. Therefore, comrades, I know some of you do experience such things in your communities where you are not given a space, where you are not allowed to speak. Don't be discouraged. Continue to fight. Speak your views. Be brave. Liberate your own community, your own ANC branch. Because I know from my own experience, sometimes ANC branches, they don't open a space for young people from SASCO, from institutions of higher learning to participate in the life of the ANC. It's a matter that, as a movement, we have to address. You are the future of this movement. You are the future of this country. The third thing, comrade, that I want to address for you, so that when you celebrate this important day, you always remember. Comrades, it is very sad and very bad ukuthi South Africa in the whole world is regarded as number one country that does not take care of its women. Izwe lakithi lu number one emhlabeni la abantu besifazane bezizwe bengaphephile uma bekulo. We must fight combat the issue of gender-based violence. This is a war, comrade, we can't lose. We have to win at all costs. As we reflect in the journey we've traveled as SASCO, from 1991 to date, SASCO had the biggest role to play in fighting gender-based violence. Ithemba labantu baseningizimu Afrika likakhongolose likini. Comrade, we are making a call as an ANC. Let's join hands in defending our women. They must feel safe in all purposes. They must feel safe in their homes, in their streets, in their communities. This is a war we can't afford to lose. Comrades, we are told to your generation, you were once regarded as a lost generation. I don't know what informed that thinking to those academics and intellectuals who coined or crafted that term, a lost generation. I totally differ with that statement. I don't believe that South African youth is a lost generation. We can't have young people who are lost when they SASCO. To us, you are a reservoir that is expected to produce intellectuals, scholars, academics, activists who will continue to fight for a black child to be totally liberated. A lost person, a lost young people, a lost generation can't fulfill that mission. Such a disaster to diffuse that myth. Our young people are not lost. The reason why we are saying that in confidence is because if SASCO is still alive, we can't have a lost generation. SASCO is a solution. SASCO will conscientize young people. SASCO will teach young people to be patriotic, to love your country. SASCO will teach young people to understand the ANC politics and decide to join and be members of the ANC, so that when we elect the leadership of the ANC Women's League, kungabi that kuphela ogogo no mama aba over 60 years age only. Young people at your age can be in the executive committee of the ANC Women's League in the region, but only if you actively participate in activities of the Women's League in branches and communities. Same thing in the ANC, you have a role, comrade, to play. Comrade, let me conclude my short message. the country today has a problem of corruption. But unfortunately, the ANC today is being labeled as a corrupt organization because of few individuals who happen to be deployed in a strategic position to pursue the NTR agenda. But I want to tell you, Comrade Uchi, there's not a single ANC conference that was ever convened where the ANC resolved to identify thieves amongst ourselves and deploy them to government to go and steal. But individual comrades who happen to be deployed ngenxa yeimfundiso zabo emakhaya nokuyiphatha kwabo benze izinto ezizonke nengamukelekile zangcolisa igama le-ANC. The-ANC have got more than 1.3 million members. Abantu who are found to be in conflict with the law, who are alleged to be involved in corruption in the ANC, abafikile kwi-million. I don't think we're in the 100,000, but somewhere in the movement, we are labeled as corrupt movement because of few individuals. Comrade, don't believe what media is telling you. ANC is an organization that is still committed to transform this country completely, to liberate black people, but at the same time to fight corruption inside the ANC, expose those who are corrupt. But the ANC is not a corrupt organization, but we do admit there are members who have been deployed to government, to state organizations who happen to be corrupt. Therefore, the ANC need to support, need your votes. Let's go on the 1st of November and vote for the ANC. Happy birthday, SASCO, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.